Hi, I'm Dave Williams. I'm a travel photographer and a photography educator and writer from the UK. I am a photographer, as I said, but I also make videos, and I've been doing this for years. I've been a photographer for something around 14 years. The way I got into it is I was full-time employed and did this on the side, and then it grew and grew and grew and became the main job, my full-time job. What essentially happened is I was working a full-time job and doing photography as a full-time job, and one of them had to go. Photography is the one that stayed. My favorite color is blue. Can't really explain it. It's my favorite color. I did not study photography. What I have studied is travel writing, so I'm qualified in travel writing. But in terms of photography, it is all self-taught. When it comes to photography, I will quite happily wake up an hour and a half to 2 hours before sunrise and shoot the sunrise, work through the day, and then shoot the sunset, and then stay up all night looking for the northern lights. So am I an early bird or am I a night owl? I think the answer is yes. My favourite season has to be winter, especially when it's snowing and you're up in the Arctic. Shorter daylight hours, you get a longer twilight, especially when the sun just comes back up above the horizon when you're north of the Arctic Circle, and you get golden hour all day long. From 8 till about 4 you can have just beautiful golden, purple, blue light. But then on the other hand, you've got snow, and there are times where it's been so cold that the air is glistening with all the ice particles, I guess, that are in the air around you. The trees are heavy, caked in snow. The northern lights are dancing. My favourite season is winter, hands down. My biggest inspiration is the cold. I have a massive passion for the cold. My photos tell you that, and they also tell you that I like the dark, cold night skies. The northern lights, stars, nightscapes, landscapes, anything cold is a huge passion for me. My favourite movie, I think I've got a few. Back to the Future, all of them. Top Gun, the first one. The Bohemian Rhapsody, epic. Yeah, so my favourite movie is all those movies. So while we're talking about education and learning and developing ourselves and making ourselves better all the time, it's important that we don't just focus on one area of photography. So I wish I'd really focused on some other things sooner. It took me quite a while to realise this, but this is really important, so I want to share it with you. Don't just concentrate on your genre. Don't just concentrate on what you do. There is so much to be learned from other aspects, other genres of photography that can really give you skills that translate, that you can take back. So I'm a travel photographer, and that's really, really broad. It's crazy broad. So it doesn't, a travel photo isn't about what's in the photo, it's about the feeling you get from the photo. A travel photo makes you want to be there, which is a perfect example of translating skills from other genres. So landscapes, I can learn about landscapes, I can learn about food photography, product photography, lifestyle photography. I can learn about portrait photography, but I can translate all of that into travel photography. So for personal projects, to keep yourself educated and to keep yourself highly skilled, take things that you don't ordinarily shoot, or subjects that you wouldn't ordinarily consider, bring them into your genre of photography. But what I want to say is, do personal projects, and do personal projects that have nothing to do with your genre. Keeps you on your toes, keeps you entertained, and keeps you highly skilled. My go-to comfort food is sausage mash, peas and onion gravy. It is a nice, filling, heartening British staple. It keeps you going and it keeps you nice and warm. So yeah, my go-to comfort food, sausage and mash. However, if I'm in Norway or Iceland, it's got to be a pulsa, a hot dog. They're everywhere. My main passion, obviously, as I've said, is the Northern Lights, and going all around Arctic Europe looking for the Northern Lights in Iceland, Norway, Finland, Sweden, the Faroe Islands, as well as hopping over to Canada in search of the Northern Lights, meant that I was only there for limited time. I went over for a few days and came back to the UK, then went over again for a few days and came back to the UK. The best Northern Lights I've ever seen, which really inspired me to do a whole load of research and dig really deep to figure out A, why I love the Northern Lights, and B, how to actually find the Northern Lights, how to figure out what's going on in space, what the sun's up to, what the Earth's geomagnetic field is up to, so that you can predict where you're going to see the Northern Lights and when you're going to see the Northern Lights, down to the hour, was off the back of something that happened in Iceland. I was driving around northeast Iceland on a trip over there, and a geomagnetic storm just kicked off and lit up the whole sky. And it didn't just do it for a few minutes, it went the whole night long. So long that I was able to get from northeastern Iceland all the way around to West Iceland, to Grundarfjörður on the Western Peninsula. And I got so many cool pictures, but this one particular picture stands out to me. It's me standing in the middle of the road. The lens I used means that I look a little bit wonky, and it's a far from perfect picture, but this is one of my favourite photos, and it really inspired me and kick-started a whole passion for the Northern Lights that I wanted to share. And off the back of that experience, I wrote a book. When I'm retouching videos, I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and I sit there in silence because I'm using the music, the backing track, I'm using the sound effects, I'm soundscaping the whole video, so I need to be focused on that. However, when I'm editing anything else that isn't a video, anything still, photos in Photoshop, in Lightroom, even sitting on Lightroom Mobile, I'll have music playing. And while I'm sitting in the front driving thousands of miles, I'll have music playing. It's that same sort of situation, really. I take a part of my brain that's focusing on the music, and it pulls away so that the rest of it focuses on the creativity, focuses on the images that I'm editing, so that I stay on track and I don't get distracted by anything else. It's sort of like a deliberate distraction to keep me focused. So there is music going when I'm editing photos. My ultimate dream, I guess, and my ultimate creative project would be something proper with National Geographic, like a feature, like the state of the Arctic, the solar cycle, something that I know a lot about, that really inspires me and drives me, something that I can share a lot about and share a lot of photos about. I have had photos in National Geographic and National Geographic Wild magazines, but my ideal creative project to be working on, the aim of the game, I guess you could say, is National Geographic. One day I'll get there. One day. My spirit animal, I haven't really thought about this, if I'm honest, but I'm gonna say, knee-jerk answer, polar bear. Polar bears are cute and cool, but they can be aggressive at times. You don't want to get on the wrong side of them, and they love the cold. So my spirit animal is basically got to be a polar bear, because I am basically a polar bear. Number 1, show tunes. Yes, show tunes. You can't beat a good Hamilton or a good School of Rock. Show tunes are number 1. Number 2, rock. And we're talking Foo Fighters and stuff like that. Rock music is there. Also in that genre, I guess, would be the 1975. And the 1975 were the top band that I listened to last year. And then in at number 3, country. You can't beat a good country tune, talking about lying in the grass, looking at the stars, cleaning your truck, getting your jeans and your boots on. They're all the same, but they're all they're really good and entertaining. So there's the top 3 genres of music that I listen to all the time. I have to say to Xencelabs, thank you very much for having me here and shining this spotlight on me. If you want to learn more about me, my name is Dave Williams. On all social media platforms, it's Dave Williams. If you want to find my website, it's idavewilliams.com. If you want to see what happens with the van, youtube.com/C for creator /idavewilliams, and you'll find my Due North series. Thanks again, Xencelabs, for having me. See you again.